Just how you grew up.
Yeah, like I say, too dumb to quit, right?
Well, Coach, I wanted to talk to you about the way that you guys have finished out these games. I mean, special teams is a big deal. 6 on 5, I mean, you guys suffocated them, and
Yeah,
three empty netters in those situations.
yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good sign moving forward as you get into deeper into the playoffs.
Yeah, it was good. We kind of went over it just in case we got into this position, which I don't mind being in that position when they pull the goalie, but I thought our guys did a good job. And again, outstanding Clay. You know, he gives us a chance every night, and if he does that, who knows how far we can go here.
The consistency in the lineup to be able to put the same lineup out there. I mean, they're not going anywhere. It's a playoff run. I mean, if they're healthy,
Yep.
you can kind of rely on that. How big of a deal is that for you as a coaching
I
staff to
think
know
that's
to
the
build that?
first time in this year I've had same lineup twice in a row. So we'll take advantage of it. But it's huge. That is huge. But there's guys waiting, and you always like to get them back in and keep them involved. But when you get winning like this, it's hard to change the lineup up, and they know that. I've made that clear to everybody. But we don't play just for the guys in the room. We play for the guys that are not playing because they want to have a chance to maybe play down the road here.
Ilya Protas named American Hockey League Rookie of the Year today. Him, Andrew Crystal. What can you say about the way your rookies are leading your team right now?
I hope they said coaching was a big part of it. But no, I mean, how many teams I've been with in the American League and even in the NHL, it's not too often your couple of your rookies are 19-year-olds are leading your team, and the team's following those guys. They're piggybacking on their back, and they're taking them for a run. So hats off to them, and well deserved. Protas getting rookie this year. I mean, if he didn't, there'd be something wrong with the league. Good for him, and we just continue get some rest here and see who we have, and continue to keep playing like we are.
It was just 3 games ago you were disappointed in the effort. Do you feel like that's changed? And how do you evaluate the way they responded since the second to last game of the regular season?
Well, I think, yeah. I mean, I'm obviously happy when we win. I still think we can clean up a few things, but the effort's there, and if they can just continue to give an effort like that, then who knows what can happen with this team.
Going back to your young guys, Andrew Crystal, what did you like from his performance today, and how big were those goals he scored today?
Well, they're obviously he's got a knack of just putting point. Somehow I call him a little rat because he's you don't like he does some things. He's got to learn to play that 200-foot game, and you get mad at him because he's maybe on the wrong side of the puck or he's stick checking, and then you look on the score sheet after he's got 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. So how can you argue about it? But he's playing much harder. He's being more physical on the wall, protecting pucks, being strong, getting the pucks out and getting them in when we should. And then he's still getting his points. So now he knows that if he plays a 200-foot game, he's still going to get his cookies.
Coach, fourth line with a big goal there with Bitten's goal. They've been kind of, it seems like a key for you guys. You've been able to stick Strome, Crookshank, and Bitten together. How big is it that you can finally kind of put those 3 guys together now that you're healthy?
Yeah, that's a nice fourth line. I like them. And if they sit for a bit because of penalties or like Bits doesn't kill, but if he's sitting for a bit or I need to move him up in the lineup because maybe somebody's tired, he fits right in. All 3 of them, I can move them around. But when they're together and they're playing well, they do a real good job for us. They bring that energy.
Both games this series, you guys blocked a lot of shots. The positioning seemed maybe the best it's been all year. Is that how much of that is because of Aaron Ness's return to the lineup, and how much of it is maybe just guys locking in now that it's the playoffs?
Yeah, I think a lot of combination with him back in, talking on the bench, and he's prime example of a guy that gets in the shooting lanes and blocks shots. So when you see your captain doing it, there's no reason why the other guys can't do it. But they're making an effort to get in the shooting lanes, sacrificing their body for a block shot and helping out our goalie.
You talked a lot about Crystal this season, his growth as a player. That second goal where you see the defense turn into offense, how rewarding is that, not just for him, but for the entire line, the team?
Well, it's massive. I mean, I always say don't cheat the game. Don't try to cheat the game. I tried it many times in my career, and it doesn't work. It will never work. And he's figured out that he can still play that 200-foot game, be on the right side, play good defense, and offense. He'll create probably more offense, and he's doing that right now. So huge goal. Huge goal from Bits, and then we get those empty net goals are big too. So overall, just a solid effort from our guys.
One more for me is late in the game, they're shortening their bench looking for a goal.
Yeah.
How do you respond? I know you have the last change. You want to get some of your defensive works, but it looked like everyone was on the ice.
Yeah, I just rolled them. I try not to match lines. Maybe if somebody's having a real bad time with the line, I'll try to get them away from them. But I think it just takes away from the rhythm of the game. If you're pulling a guy off because you don't want to play against that line, and then he sits, and then another line goes out, and I just let them roll. And if they're having problems, then I would maybe separate them a little bit.
We'll take maybe one or two more questions, guys. Alex Ovechkin, the NHL's greatest goal scorer, was here in the house tonight. Did you feel any extra energy with him here?
I think the Russians really liked having him here. I was hoping we were signed him to a PTO or something like that and get him in the lineup, or at least take warm up. But that was great. Good on him. I mean, that's what they call him, the GOAT, right? So for a guy of his stature to come down here and root us on and be a part of it, be in the locker room after the win, that just says a lot about the guy.
All right, all good. Thank
All
you,
right.
guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Guys.
Yep. See you next round.
Congrats.